Before I get into the video, I want to mention a few parts that I thought about going over to show the small methods I used at these transitions and sections. You are free to use this as help if you're thinking about going for this level, or if you are struggling at these specific inputs. If you don't need any help and want to skip to the completion, you can just skip to this time link that is shown on screen. One last thing I want to mention is that I will refer these clicks to their respectable frame perfects rather than using 240 FPS frame windows, as I personally find it way more fair to understand. But if you want to rely on 240 FPS frame windows, there will be text showing the amount of frames and milliseconds you have for each input. First click, 18 to 19%. This click is by far the hardest click and the biggest choke point in the entire level. A blind transition into a 120 FPS frame perfect. There aren't many guaranteed strategies when it comes to this click, however, there is a method to observe the click a bit earlier. A solid way to make sure you have a good transition is to land on the right side of the second to last cube portal. Landing here allows you to gain around a third of a second time frame to react with the 120. Also, try to avoid landing in between the last two portals. You may still get over the spikes, but it also reduces the amount of milliseconds you have to observe the gap, therefore making it harder for you to react. Second click, 28%. Probably the most annoying click in the level. Another blind transition input, but this time it's completely forced and you are unable to work around the transition. A way that I looked at this click is instead of focusing on the gap itself, focusing on the bottom left side of my icon gave me a better spot to use my muscle memory by quickly calculating the position of both my cube and the timing. I personally tend to struggle keeping muscle memory if I'm unable to see where the position of my icon is, so I try to find the best spot where to move my eyes coming into the click. First, start tracking your icon by the time you hit the orb at this position. Keep your eyes locked here as this will be the starting point of this next part. After that, perform this motion with your eyes, sort of in the form of a lowercase e. This will perfectly land your eyes in the bottom left to middle part of your cube, allowing you to use your muscle memory in a position where you have enough space to evaluate when to click. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this method will be too helpful, and there are probably better ways to perform this input. But if you are unable to find a way other than brute force, it doesn't hurt to try out this method to see if it's available. Last click, 78%. Finally, a click I have an easy solution to describe. This 78% click is a major choke point in the level, since not only is it another 120 FPS frame perfect, it also requires a ton of focus due to its low visibility. However, you can actually rely on the music for this click by listening to the song. When arriving at 71%, the song starts playing a subtle kick that you can utilize as a metronome for 78%, perfectly aligning you to landing in between the gap almost every single time. These are all the important clicks I wanted to talk about in this video. If you have any other questions regarding parts that you might need help going into, feel free commenting about it and I might respond to it at some point. Enjoy the completion!
What are you doing?
I don't know!
Early 2023.
Oh yeah, we were like all 13.
I was in
most of us were 13, yeah.
I was in 8th grade.
We were all 13 turning 14 that year.
My ear just rang, guys. I got the IRL Transcendent. I can't
Like,
believe I
bro,
touched
you're not real, bro.
Dawn Bomb is not real.
that. Son. Who just honked? Who? Oh! Wait, one sec.
I watched that video. What? Bro. Is Dom Bomb like a bad person? Hello?
Oh my fucking god.
GG.
Oh my fucking god.
G-
Yes! Oh! Oh, it's done. It's done.
GG.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, oh my
You
god.
sound like Markiplier.
Yes! Oh, yes! Done. Never playing a level with Time Machine ever again. Oh my god! I think I've beaten every extreme demon with Time